There we go. We are live. Welcome to Gamers Health. I am Rach Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. With me, stage right, my my left, is none other than Rachel, my wife.
Hello.
And behind us, in center seat, in the position of authority.
On the throne.
Uh, uh,
Not that throne.
oh, the gaming throne
The gaming throne.
is none other than our niece, Shannon.
Hello.
We haven't had Shannon on in a while. It's great to have Shannon back.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we've had Shannon as a guest since last night. You wouldn't have known that if you were watching last night's live stream. She was very, very quiet. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, actually, you and Anthony were doing stuff.
Yeah.
I was not privy to, but that's because I was doing a live stream. So,
You snooze, you lose.
I want to cover before we delve into some of the Shanny-rific stuff. Does that make good sense? Well, before we delve into some of Shannon's uh, stuff, because she's graduating this year from elementary school, Rach and I were in North Texas at North Texas RPG Con last week, and you have a high from the K5K, Shannon.
Hello.
Awesome. So here's the thing: we were in North Texas last week, and best laid plans of mice and men. It was like, well, we're gonna try. I could not eat low carb. Greg Gillespie, one of our favorite Canadians, uh, and
How did
Dallas,
you do it?
Dallas Cowboy fan. Apparently, he stuck to it. I don't know where he must have smuggled food in from Canada because it's hard. You can go low carb if you go barbecue and get none of the sides.
Yeah, barbecue.
But-
You must have just not gotten
Yeah,
sides.
but he was going to go low carb. We actually spoke. I admittedly did not go low carb. Oh, Shadow and Sun are in,
Yay!
and Joe Block. Joe.
Awesome.
So we did not go low carb, and low carb is not a big issue for H. It is for me. I got to control my blood sugar. So here's and Rach though does manage her diet. She watches what she eats. It's very important.
I have a calorie controlled diet. So I don't exceed a certain number of calories, whatever the application tells me that day. Because if I move around more, I have more to be able to eat.
Right.
So,
But we were not sticking close to anything.
I did not track. I did not.
But
Here's the diary.
Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your game. But it's always good to see our friends drop in. So, I was mindful of what I was eating, but I was not tracking my fluid intake like I was religiously doing because, again, congestive heart failure. And I didn't bring a scale. I have a smaller scale, but it's still weighty. I bring it with me to the Poconos, and if I drive to a convention, I'll probably bring it. I just didn't want to fly with it, so I didn't. And I came home and weighed myself Tuesday morning, and lo and behold, I lost like nearly 4.5 pounds. No clue. Yeah, I'm going to call it the convention diet. I mean, maybe we could sell that. Eat convention.
Well, it
food.
depends on who you want to sell it to. It didn't really help me much. I was glad I exercised, but I still gained 0.5 pound.
You basically broke even.
We'll see on Tuesday because that's
your new weigh-in day.
Yeah, since we got back.
So these are little things. So I'd like to figure out what it was. Okay, I think it was a lack of late night snacking for the most part. Well, then again, we did. That wasn't even that. I have no idea how the heck I lost.
Maybe it was just enough relaxing, and you were standing and walking more.
I got no exercise minutes in on my Apple Watch, but I got a lot of move, a lot of stands. I was in constant motion, so that wasn't bad.
All right, you were, to go anywhere in the hotel, you had to walk.
Joe always pigs out at cons. If I'm vending, I live on a diet of wings and pizza. We had a lot of good pizza. For a non-New York location, a lot of good pizza.
Right. It was all cooked on the premises too.
Yes. So now, I want to ask Shannon a question. Since you are, should I say, a connoisseur of New York foods, what do you think is the healthiest food that you generally eat, that you enjoy? Oh. See.
What do you mean? Something that's specifically a New York food? Like
Well, no,
pizza or
no,
bagels?
no. But what New York food that? Oh, no, now making me say it. What food that you enjoy, and it's kind of healthy. It doesn't have to be real healthy.
What's one of your safer foods?
Yes, cheese can be, especially if you're somebody who's like diabetic. Cheese is generally low in carbs. It's got fat and protein, so it probably won't spike you. It's one of my piggy snack out things. You were enjoying the pepperoni last night, right?
Yeah, and it was turkey.
Right. So now that's something that surprised me when we were looking at some things to snack on. Rich and I went to Stop and Shop yesterday afternoon at a supermarket out here in
the East Coast.
On the East Coast. And
New England.
I was like, oh, look, this pepperoni. And we can get some like sliced pepperoni. It looked really good. And I was like, all right. And I was looking at the nutrition facts real quick. I was like, oh, like 90 calories a serving. And then we looked at the turkey pepperoni, and it was 50 calories a serving. And a serving was 16 thin cut slices. So
which is pretty damn satisfying.
It goes pretty far, I gotta say.
Yeah. Oh, I see. One other thing, Shannon, that you have done lately is like you somehow found out that you like the nuggets from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Grilled
and not fried.
Yeah.
Or breaded and fried.
So that's probably a very healthy.
That's another really good thing.
Right.
All protein.
It's all protein, a little flavoring on it. By the way, the K5K, I was drinking, what was it? Mick Ultra by the pint before going to sleep. On tap. By the way, probably the best light beer I've had. On tap. On the bottle, it's okay. But on tap, it's spot on. So I don't think my fluid intake was any less than it normally would be. And it wasn't all that hot. Texas didn't feel like Texas. Texas felt like New York.
Like New York would feel at this time.
Yeah, it wasn't in like the 100 degrees or the upper 90s or even the mid 90s. So that was good. Now, here's something that we didn't do. We didn't do a lot of walking. Now, today, we went with Shannon and our Donka Dachshund for a walk in Forest Park. Now, Shannon, how excited was that dog on the way to the park?
She was very excited. She was whimpering and everything and jumping around.
Because she got out in the backyard with my parents when we were away. But honestly, Rach and I think we got her out like once in the neighborhood since we came back.
Yeah.
But she didn't get to go to a park. She loves her parks. And she loves Forest Park because she gets to just walk and smell everything. And she likes Juniper Valley, which is another local park, because that's a park which is...
You're basking attention from the people there because it's there's a lot more people in that park.
There's ballparks and playgrounds and bike riders. And at Forest Park, we found that it's now a complete loop you can do. It's like 1 and 2/3 miles.
Yeah.
It's a very nice, good walk, but you're not going to bump into people for the most part. It's pretty...
I mean, you will, as long as they have other dogs, but otherwise, you can go for a while and not see anybody.
So, now, Shannon, I know that you are 11 years old. You're active, right? You're in great shape. You run around all the time. No, you don't. You hang out on your iPad, which is what I would be doing if I was your age. See, now, when I was a little bit older than you, I found Dungeons and Dragons. And that was my go-to. I would go to family dinners at like Barbara's. And
with reading material.
Oh, yeah, with my D&D books and dice and graph paper. and I would roll out dungeons because I wasn't part of the adult conversation, right? The adult conversation was about whatever taxes, the economy, the presidential election, and all the other shite that
You couldn't participate in yet.
I didn't want to participate in.
Mm-hmm.
It meant nothing to me. It was not my conversation. So, and if I had had the ability to have an iPad or a tablet and ping my friends and say, "Hey, are you bored out of your skull? Because I'm at my I don't know, uncle. I'm at my uncle and aunt, and it's boring as hell. What are you doing? Oh, I'm at home and I'm bored out of my skull. What are you doing? I mean, we couldn't even make telephone calls really back then because it all cost money.
Yeah.
So this is the age of technology now. Shannon, like, it's actually an important question because I think, listen, I'm a parent, but my offspring is 29 years old. You know, he got his first cell phone, which is like a flip phone. He's a little bit older than you. But I got a question for you. Your fellow students, one, like two-part question. How many have phones they take to school in your grade?
Mm-hmm.
And how many sneak in their tablets or their iPads?
Most of them have phones that they bring just for no reason. They don't use them. And then I've met a couple people sneak in their iPads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can they use it in class? I mean, do you hide it in your desk and like type away?
That wouldn't work.
Do you take it with you to the bathroom when you're on a pooper and you kind of like?
No, they just bring it to show people.
Oh, so it's like show and tell. It's like, hey,
look what
I've got something cool that you don't have. Well, okay, that's interesting. But now, for junior high, is it junior high and middle school?
Middle school.
They change these titles all the time. By the way, folks, if you hear Filipino karaoke in the background,
enjoy
it. This is part of the ambiance. This
welcome to our world.
Welcome to Queens, New York. Oh, jeez. You probably can't hear it. It's probably for the best. All right, so now middle school. I lost my own train of thought there for a second. Middle school, they expect you to have access to a cell phone, correct?
You have to, like, if you go to the nurse, say, and you need to go home for some reason, they will not call your parents for you.
They're not looking in your chart. Yeah. They're not looking in your folder because
you need
working
something.
Is very different nowadays.
You need something, you do it yourself. Oh, you better have a phone. Yeah, or you borrow your friend's phone. But you know what it is, all right? And this is my suspicion. They're tired of calling your parents' phone number, whether it's cell or home, and this is what happens. 516-555-5555.
Oh, yeah. That they're going to screen the call.
I don't know this number, so go bite me. I'm not picking this up.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Paul says the kids call it flexing.
I mean, yes, she used that word.
I see. I don't know what language the kids use. I'm a bit older and I kind of not quite in touch. Shannon's gonna educate me, and I'll be better. I'll be at my
like with their sneakers and the phones and.
You're better with that.
Who's got the better phone?
You're much better with that, Rach. But all right, so I think what it is that they figure if Shannon calls from her cell phone, Mom is gonna go, holy F.
Oh my God, what's going on with Shannon during school day?
Yeah. Oh my God, she's calling. What's going on? And it's not like, hey, Mom, I got an A on my last exam. Can you take me for pizza on the way home? You're not gonna be doing that, right? No. It's more like, hey, Ma, yeah, I threw up in the bathroom and they want you to clean it, type of deal. Could that be it?
Yeah, you gotta come over here and get me out of here. They don't want me here.
They don't want me here. They
take your disease out of here.
Yeah, they say I can't be here no more. All right, so now I'm they don't like take your phone and make you like lock it into a locker or anything like that, right?
Not really. You can keep it around, just don't use it.
Probably if you abuse it and you're like on it all the time in the class, or you're
Yeah.
being inappropriate with a camera,
Mhm.
the teacher would say, "I'm holding it.
Yeah,
You could have it when you go home. Don't bring it back here, or
right.
whatever."
Remind me that I have your stuff, because if you
Yeah.
don't, it goes into the lost and found. Oh, now Shannon, you got a question from Paul.
Yeah,
Oh.
They give us Chromebooks. This
Damn, you got good eyesight.
I'm like,
So they give you Chromebooks.
Yeah, they give us Chromebooks.
and she has her own like little special.
You have. Did you read the rest of it though? How many of your classmates have figured out how to get through the security software so you can play
We all
games?
have, like,
I know you and your little group do, but
yeah, we just
we don't know who else is bright enough.
We do have a Google slide, which we communicate on
Great question, Paul.
during class, and we just like that's like texting for us, and we can play games on it. Yeah.
So you as a group, somebody figured out how to hack the Chromebook and get around it. Now,
Right, they found their workaround.
right. So now, do you have to hand that in at the end of the year?
I think we take it until like the end of high school.
Or at that point, they're going to be obsolete. Yeah, be like, here, take it back, and school's going to be like, oh, we don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Chromebooks have a limited lifespan of updates.
Okay. So when it stops updating, you have to let the Board of Education know so that they issue it.
Hey, I need a new one, or else my security is going to be not working, because that's the reason why they probably go with the Chromebooks. Chromebooks are a lower cost. I guess they're rugged too.
Yeah.
I mean, how many students do you take to school with you, or you leave it at home?
See, the New York City Department of Education gives
Chromebook.
No.
What?
iPads.
Oh.
Oh yeah, for the kindergartners they have iPads, but the older kids have Chromebooks.
Oh, okay. Not by the way, Paul is laughing. Long enough for laughing, because children are the future, and it's true.
Yeah.
Listen, I used to build my own PC. Like my first PC was built for me, and then my next one was one I bought, I think at Costco. But the first one I upgraded myself, and I learned. And then I got a compact, and I said, "Oh my God, compacts are shite."
Oh, you didn't like compact?
No,
that was my first computer.
No, and then
Comp USA, I bought a compact Pisario, and it had the monitor and the tower together, and then you had that and the keyboard, and then you had to buy a printer. I was preparing for grad school,
so
the word processor wasn't going to work for that.
So I mean, at my technology, I learned to build my own PCs, and I taught Chris how to build his own PCs.
I never learned that. I just
and then I went from building my own PCs to going to iMacs, because I never wanted to open up another PC in my life. You have another question, Shannon, from Matt Jackson. Now, Matt is a member of my gaming group, and Matt was on last night. What Shannon want to do when she grows up? And don't say you want to be like your uncle, because we'll have to dunk you in the toilet either.
An architect.
And circle you around.
You want to be an architect?
Okay.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I love that as a career for a woman, because not a lot of women go for it.
Yeah.
And then also, spatially, women are really good at like going through how something could be organized and helpful.
Well, so now here's the question then.
I'm not saying that the men don't know. I just think it's an interesting.
No, my father was looking when he was in high school. He was taking like mechanical engineering and learning all that stuff. That's why.
Oh, I thought he was into aviation.
No, he went to aviation college, but he was doing mechanical engineering. So that's why when he does a lot of his artwork, a lot of times you'll see there like angles and stuff, because his mind works on that level. Mm-hmm. So now, Shannon, I got a question for you.
Interesting how the left and right brain kind of integrate there.
So Matt was asking you what you wanted to be, and you talk about an architect. Would that expand even to like interior design and outdoor design? Because I'll be honest with you, young lady, if you start getting your mind wrapped around this, we could use some ideas for the backyard.
Okay.
And if you,
Oh, I like it. Like
You know?
how to organize like the gardens and
Mhm.
what would be aesthetically pleasing.
Right. I
Mhm.
mean,
I've always been good at like the interior designing stuff. I build
Oh,
houses
yeah.
in those modeling games all the
oh
time.
yeah, that's
Yes, in Roblox.
that's right.
And it's like a new
Mhm.
like there's a professional game that I have on
Oh,
Really?
really?
for that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Okay. So then here, I'm gonna take this even beyond and bring it back to gaming. Bring it back to tabletop RPGs. Do you remember when you first got your hands on all that Dwarvenite and all that like other modeling stuff to build dungeons? You put them together and you built your own dungeon, and you even told me where there was a trap and where the treasure was. Where the treasure wasn't really where the treasure was. That was to trick people to get the treasure. You should probably start dabbling. That you know what? I got actually that we got an idea. This summer, the three of us are going to be doing a lot of stuff because we're retired and you're off for the summer.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I went to school with design people, during undergrad, like they were like interior design and stuff like that, and they always had these like boxes where they would create a room or
Mhm.
create certain things, and it was really cool.
Well,
So that's sort of a preparation.
okay. Well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this summer, the three of us start doing a little gaming amongst the three of us, and I will initially DM, but then I want to show Shannon how to kind of get the idea of how to draw up dungeons. We could get Matt Jackson involved. He does amazing stuff.
Oh, so you're thinking she could become like a mapper too?
She could be well. It'll help her with her
Yeah,
her interior design
absolutely.
and her architect stuff.
And
But
she might want to run games too.
that's what I'm
as she
saying.
get-
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause
Gotcha.
this girl rocks. So I know, and that's about the age when I really started getting into gaming.
Okay.
Now, I got into gaming and had to figure out this crap on my own, which meant that I screwed everything up.
Mhm.
So we'll allow you not to screw things up like Uncle did.
And I found gaming way too late for I mean, yes, it can help me now with like I guess with like neuroplasticity and stuff, and you can learn new things and whatever.
right.
But I kind of regret not being aware of or gravitating towards these games when I was younger.
All right. So Matt just sent me a link via my phone. Matt, I'm glad that you have. Okay, I'm gonna have to. You know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can grab this and bring it into chat. There's a New York
Wow.
City department. Let's see, but she's outside the city. But I'm sure Suffolk County is something similar. When you're in high school, they have internships. You can do an internship.
Yes.
In
some kind of design field.
Yes, or
Yeah.
architecture. Wow. Thank you, Matt.
That's awesome.
Well, she's not old enough yet, but something for the future. And
something to prepare for.
Yeah, because this girl is driven. I will say that. And if you don't challenge her, if you don't,
you're in trouble because
Yeah.
she's gonna find something herself to
right. If you don't
be
challenge,
challenged by him.
Right.
You want that? Depends.
I mean, Shannon, I'll be honest with you.
She has pretty good judgment.
Yeah.
In terms of.
I was not challenged in junior high school. I was acing all the tests with very little effort. But the one thing I wasn't doing, and don't get caught doing this, because it's going to be like learn from Uncle, and don't do what Uncle did. I stopped doing my homework because I was getting 90s and 95s on the test without doing homework. So why do homework? So then grandma, put me at the dining room table so she could always see me.
Oh, you got any trouble for not doing it?
Yeah, I got in trouble. Parent-teacher conference. I had to always go because I was always getting the.
Mm-hmm.
He does really well in his test, but he doesn't do any of his homework.
Smart boy, but lazy.
Exactly. So, Ma put me at the dining room table, and do you want to guess what I did? I used to read a lot of like fantasy books, and I would actually read them under the table, like under the table. So, I would have them in a textbook. So, mom would come in, and I would let the book drop into my book bag, and then I just have the textbook. I'm like, yeah. I'm doing I still wasn't doing most of the work. So when I got to high school,
That's just stubborn.
Oh yeah. When I got to high school, I needed to do more of the work.
Yeah.
But I was somebody that I guess I wasn't being challenged by the work in junior high school or what would be your middle school. So I wasn't being challenged by it. So I just didn't. I was like, my mind was, I'm gonna read Fatford and the Grey Mouser. I'm gonna read Michael Moorcock. I'll read this story or that story, and that to me was making my brain work, but it didn't really help my school grades. Matt, I was bored in high school and got poor grades because I was hanging out in the library learning other things than what I was supposed to at school.
Yeah. At 16, I realized like you have to use what's there. So like because I have a visual issue, they gave me resource room at the end of the day, so you could ask questions about whatever you were doing, or just like I treated it like a study hall. I was like, okay, great, I could just finish all this crap. And like by 16 I was working in the local mall, so that worked out great because I'd go there, I'd go home, and then I'd get a ride over to the mall after and I'd finish all my work before I left school. So it absolutely worked, and worked on the weekends. They didn't really give you homework over the weekends, or you just finished everything because you had time at the end of the day, which that was really fabulous. So sometimes you just have to use what you're given and realize what you have. So it was great. I was 16. I'm like, I'm making money, and I was happy to be doing it, and just kept working from there, and schooling from there.
Right.
Schooling wasn't something I felt that confident about, so I chose like a 2-year early childhood education thing to go to college. And then after the first semester I was like, oh well, maybe that's a little boring, I can do better. Okay. I can do more. And so I changed the major to the psychology with a minor in sociology.
Oh, everybody minored in sociology.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
I loved it.
Actually, mine was an undeclared minor in sociology because
Undeclared? Why?
Because I had all the credits, but I didn't have one.
It was a hindsight.
Yeah, I had more than enough credits.
See, mine wasn't hindsight. I really liked the shit.
Mine was like, oh my god, I'm like 4 classes short of a major in sociology. But
wow.
It's like crazy go nuts. All right. So now, Shannon, at the end of this month, well, actually, what, in like a week and a half, do you graduate?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yay.
I'd like to give a round of applause. But now, when I graduated, now this is, I don't know, 85 was high school. So go back 6 years, I guess 79.
Yeah.
So when
79.
Yeah. 1979.
From elementary.
Yeah. Because we graduated at the end of 6th grade.
Oh yeah.
So when I graduated, I don't want to say everybody and your mother, because obviously your mother and your father were there, but my grandparents, my grandmothers were there.
Mm-hmm.
Because
extended family, there was room for them.
Right, because it was in the school auditorium, which seemed big at the time, but in retrospect, I don't know how my parents sat in those chairs, because they were sized for elementary school students, and not every elementary school student is as tall as our niece, Shannon, who is about yay from Rachel's height. So if you put her in, like, I don't know, 1.5 inch heels, she might close the gap. And she doesn't have any more.
On the roadway today when we were walking, it was like arched a little bit, so she was like just maybe that much elevated, and I had to look up to her.
So now your graduation, it's not even like I think with us, I don't know how many classes there were in each grade. Maybe 4.
Yeah.
You've got 7 classes in 5th grade, right? There's total of 7
I
classes.
guess it's more of a baby
Yeah.
boom since we were young.
Well, it could be, but they're doing what, 3 graduation ceremonies,
Yeah.
and it's outdoors under tents,
Pray for her son.
all right? And so it's 3 classes, 1 class, and parents only, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's rough. You know, I want to be there. I want to be the, excuse my language, Shannon. I want to be the asshole screaming, "Shut up!" when your name gets announced.
Yes, hooting and hollering.
You
Yeah,
know, and,
like you're supposed to do.
right. Your parents have too much class. They're not going to do that. We would.
Right, they're gonna clap like the queen.
Yeah, well, your father might be like, "Eh," but I'd be like, "I'm losing my voice. I'm screaming so loud." Because, hey, it's just not just my niece, it's my goddaughter.
Yeah.
You know? There can be many uncles, but only one uncle. All right? So there, you got what you got. So, but we are going to celebrate it, I guess, a day or 2 after.
Maybe.
Sunday.
Or
You.
Saturday.
What's that? I think that's
Oh.
I
Saturday.
graduate Thursday.
Oh, I thought you graduated Friday, and then we were celebrating
have
on
one day after.
Sunday.
So she has one day to
26th.
She has one day to decompress and like run naked through the streets and go, I graduated. I can do anything for 24 hours, and now it took 24. I gotta act like a good girl again. But now, since you know, see, like Shannon, you know, I had when I was your age, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
I thought I wanted to be one of 2 things: work for the phone company like your grandfather.
Oh, really? Even at that age?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Or I wanted to be a train engineer. I think I wanted to drive a train. I had no idea what it entailed.
Yeah.
That was it. So then I got older, and I said, I have no blanking clue what I was in high school. I was in high school, and I was like, some people have an idea what they want to major in college. I was just like, I don't know what I want to major in. I just know I need to go. And I found my career as I got older, but I had no vision. Your mother had a vision. Your mother knew early on.
Yes, she knew her yearning and knew to
Right.
pursue and follow it.
Her focus was on writing. You've got to focus, and that's great. And I'll tell you, right now, in front of our dozens of future listeners and viewers, whatever you decide to do, Anthony and I will do what we can to be right at your back, pushing you forward.
Yes,
Hopefully not on your face. We're going to push you forward, but not so you fall down.
Mhm.
Well, Uncle will push you and Auntie will hold you up. But I mean, but seriously, I'm glad that you had that vision, because a lot of kids, a lot of adults don't have it. I was in my 20s before I.
Yeah,
was
and I've
like,
got a lot of friends too that tried nursing, tried counseling, tried a lot of different careers, and then it's like, oh, okay, you went into real estate, cool,
yeah. I mean, so that's
it's hard to find sometimes.
it's hard to find the right focus for you. Now, totally going to change the gears here for a second.
Mhm.
Because Shannon stayed the night, I wanted to do something a little bit special, and that I tend to, when I wake up early enough, and my mental clock is get up before 10:30. So those of you who aren't retired have no idea what that means. But if I'm up before 10:30, I get lazy and I don't want to do full on cooking. But this morning, I was like, I want to do something other than my usual omelets. So we did pancakes, and the pancakes were from Pam Cake. So if you're somebody who is a diabetic, or you're trying to go keto or low carb, these are protein packed pancakes with very little fat, fewer carbs. Pancakes about
Something that works for the both of us.
right. Pancakes are probably about maybe 5 to 6 inches in diameter. If you'll have like 3 of them. These had confetti in it, which really means it had sprinkles. And my blood sugar hit like, I don't know, like maybe 150. That's a low impact for me. That's about what I would get if I was making my omelet with 1 egg and 2, 3 egg whites and a bunch of vegetables and cheese and salsa and a slice or two of sprouted bread, sprouted grain bread for a little bit less impact. But that I had pancakes and sausage, and I was like, "This is awesome." So and the prices. Oh my god! If you, Rach, you want to sing along with them?
Oh my god, I love how they do the 70s sometimes. It's so sweet.
It's not the Eagles either. I could handle the Eagles.
No. It's like one of those it's like one of those more soft rock of the 70s kind of thing.
Yeah, and by the way, you can hear the beer bottles being thrown into the recycling bin after they sing. So I guess, oh my god!
You're tink, tink.
Thank God our bedroom's on the other side of the house. But no, I mean I can't say. I just ordered a big tub of like, I don't know, like 50 servings for like $60. I think you could probably do Google. They have a 20% off sale going on this weekend because the owner just had a kid.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, well, I'm jumping on. We also have chocolate chip pancakes we can also make. But I always make enough that I have more, so I can always heat them up the next day. So,
and we still have more in that packet.
Yes. So I mean, they just.
Do we have more of the buttermilk?
We do. We have more of the butter. I really enjoy these pancakes. I can't stress it enough. And I've had a lot
of. The texture of them is just spot on.
Right.
It's like having a regular pancake.
Right.
It's not like some like carb controlled pancakes are very grainy.
Right, because they use almond flour, and
these ones are just a perfect texture.
Just throwing out that I don't make any money from it.
Mm-mm.
All right, I just throwing it out there because when you try to eat healthy, when you try to be low carb or whatever you're trying to do, finding options that actually don't make it feel like you are.
Yeah, when you find something satisfying that other people need to know.
Hi, Tom. Just happy he's got a chance to stop in.
Yeah.
Well, just after the fact. That's fine. Because like Shannon, did you know those pancakes were low carb?
No.
Did they taste like regular pancakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and they felt like regular pancakes. Our sausage was turkey
sausage. And you like the sausage, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You were like me. You had one leg.
Hey, see, Tom, we have family visiting us. Hey, we could have imported, Shannon's parents too, but we said, we're going to take the best part.
Yeah.
We're going to take Shannon for a day or two. And then if they're lucky, they get her back. We might keep her longer. I don't know. It could happen. Yeah. Sometimes be like, oh, wait, she had to go back? Oh, yeah. I guess I got to get up and drive her to school. All right. Well, we wouldn't want that to happen because Uncle doesn't like getting up that early.
Oh, and the traffic would be a nightmare.
Well, thank God we'd be going in the opposite direction of most of the traffic.
Yeah,
not
be a big deal.
Wouldn't be as big a deal as it could be.
That's true.
So, now
most things end up being that way.
Now, Shannon, I remember getting this. I think this was over the summertime in junior high school, but I don't know if they're doing it to you. I don't think we had this in regular elementary school. In junior high school, we would get summer assignments.
Oh, for reading books.
And doing reports and all that.
Oh, we never got for reports.
Oh, no, you had to do a report on it.
Oh, no, we had book lists, and my mother would take us to the library and make us read in there and stuff and get the books.
Oh, no, you were accountable for this crap.
No.
So do you have any summertime projects, homework?
Not that I know.
Good. Yes. I mean.
Really? You have to hand stuff in?
Yes. Oh, yeah. They didn't play back there.
In high school, too?
Oh, Tom, I saw pictures earlier. Tom, hi to your daughter. Rachel, look at that.
There's another Rachel. Yay!
Yay.
Tis a fine name.
Tis a fine name. Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is just this is, it's today has been threatening rain all day. When we went to the park, we thought it was going to rain. After we got our Dominic's hot dogs from the truck next to the cemetery. By the way, when your hot dog truck is next to a cemetery, maybe it doesn't say good things about it, but they're probably the best hot dogs in the city.
Yeah, it's like better than behind us.
But it started to, as we're driving back, it started to rain. But we got back to the house, the rain had stopped, and we haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, it looked like it was starting to clear over on that side, and we were getting blue sky, and we could see a little sun.
Right. I mean, I guess we had a little rain because one of the parties that was going on wrapped up. This is what you get. Again, we live in a neighborhood where people have backyards. And for us, a backyard means gardening and maybe sitting in a chair relaxing and goofing off. Or for everybody else, though, the backyard, a lot of those backyards are cemented for minimal maintenance.
Right.
And then it becomes, well, if it's cemented, I'll put a pool table out here, and every weekend's a party weekend.
Yeah.
So with one set of neighbors, every weekend,
they still have their tent up over here. Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Every weekend, you hear "Happy Birthday" song,
even in winter sometimes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because apparently, somebody told them that the cops won't shut down your party if it's a birthday party. So just make sure you sing "Happy Birthday" multiple times.
We haven't heard that yet.
No, we did.
We did hear.
I did hear. I heard the "Happy Birthday" earlier.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't tuning in.
Tammy wants Tom to unplug and order some Chinese for everyone. So it's got to bounce later time. We're probably going to be wrapping this up shortly ourselves because we got the Shannon with us. We got to spend quality time with our niece. Now, this is quality time with our niece, but we need more quality time, which usually means watching bad YouTube videos, mocking people on the YouTube videos, pigging out on cheese and pepperoni. I will have wine. Shannon might have, I don't know, ginger ale or Pepsi.
Sure.
Which we will never tell her parents that she had caffeinated soda before going to bed, because you can't do that.
Is that usually no? They don't like you have soda?
They don't really care that much.
Okay.
As long as it's not a Monster energy drink.
Okay.
All right. Short list by Shannon. Monster energy drink. See, we didn't have that when I was in school. You know what we did have? Jolt cola. It had like twice the sugar and like 3 times the caffeine. So I would do that when I had like write term papers in college, and like you literally, why? I just need. Oh, I had one where I just never went to sleep.
Jolt and no dose.
Oh, I didn't do no dose.
No, I never did it either. I just knew people that did, and I was like, I don't know.
I would do the Jolt Cola, and then I would go to college, drop my paper off at 8 a.m. and then go home and sleep, because it was due at 8 a.m. and I always waited till that last day. You could bring it in earlier. I'd be in there at 8 a.m. in the teacher's mailbox, and then I'd go home and sleep, because all those papers were always due during like finals week. So, all right. Well, Shannon, do you have anything else that you want to add? Any observations?
I don't think so.
All right. Rachel, did we cover everything?
I am quite sure we did.
All right. Well, folks, again, huge thank you to everybody who asked questions. It's awesome. It's a little bit shorter than our usual Saturday, but like I said, we've got a VIP, a very important person with us, and we're going to wrap it up early. Folks, we're still in the midst of the world of the pandemic. That's why, you got to have these graduations outside with limited people and all that other poop. But I'm not Shannon's father. I am the uncle. But
you're the godfather.
I'm the godfather. But I'm not going to tell you what to do in the midst of the world of COVID. You have common sense. All right? If you're in an area where COVID is through the roof, that's a different area than where COVID is not really through the roof. I mean, Shannon, there's no more masks in school, right?
No.
I'm guessing a few students still wear it.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's the
Yeah,
decision.
that's all right.
That's the decision. You know, you as a parent will help make for your child.
Yeah.
But I am not your parent, so those are decisions you have to make for yourself. Other than that, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well, and I'll be back again tomorrow with whatever news is happening in the RPG industry.
And I'm sure there will be plenty.
Oh,
But take good care and
Yes.
have a good night.
Thank you, folks.